Well, hello everybody and welcome to Jeff's Baking Blog. Today I'm going to make some Italian S cookies. These are little biscuits in the shape of an S, very simple to make, and mine are going to be flavoured with lemon. I did consider using some aniseed or anise extract to flavour them with, but I've decided on the lemon, which seems to be a more traditional way of doing it. And I'm simply going to brush the top of mine with some egg, but you could make a little icing or frosting and dip the cookies in that for extra sweetness, but I don't think it's necessary. And so they're going to be quite straightforward, and I start off by preheating my oven to 190 Celsius. That's 170 Celsius with a fan, 375 Fahrenheit. And I've got 2 baking trays ready to take the cookies. So for the ingredients, I have 265 grams, which is 2 cups and a tablespoon of plain flour. I have 1 teaspoon of baking powder, which I'm going to put into the plain flour straight away and give that a stir around to get it mixed in. And then in this larger bowl I have 100 grams, which is half a cup of caster sugar, or you could use granulated sugar. I have 2 medium eggs, which would be large in the USA, and I have 1 extra egg that I'm going to use for brushing over the top later. I have 85 grams or 6 tablespoons of butter, which I melted a little bit, so it's very, very soft. And I have the zest from 1 lemon. So the first thing I'm going to do is to put the eggs, the lemon zest and the butter into the sugar, and I'm going to whisk that with my hand mixer until it's all nicely combined and the sugar has dissolved properly. Now you could use oil instead of butter if you wanted to. So I'm just going to whisk that until everything is combined well. So with that combined like that, I'm going to change over to, I'm just going to scrape off this zest and put it back into the batter. I'm going to switch over to my other type of attachment. This is really for trying to knead dough, but I think this will work better for mixing the flour. So I'm going to put the flour and the baking powder in. I'm simply going to mix it until it all comes together into a sticky dough. So the dough has come together quite nicely, and I've just scraped down the bowl to incorporate the excess flour. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take little pieces of the dough and I'm going to try to roll them into a sausage of about 5 inches long, if I can. And then I'm going to form them into an S. Like that. I'm just going to flatten them a little bit, and I'm going to do that with all of them and put them onto my baking tray, leaving a gap between them so that they can spread. So I have 12 of the cookies shaped now, and basically I rolled them between my hands in the end till they're about 5 inches long, and just shape them like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to brush, I've flattened them a little bit, and I'm going to brush the top of each one with some beaten egg. And then I'm going to sprinkle just a little bit of caster sugar over the top as well. And I'm going to bake them in that preheated oven for 18 to 20 minutes until the bottoms have gone a sort of golden brown colour. That will indicate that they're cooked through nicely. Now this is only a small recipe. You could quite easily double the ingredients, except that you'd still only need 1 egg for beating, not 2, and you get 2 dozen that way. You get even more if you make them smaller, I suppose. So with that done, I'm just going to take some sugar and sprinkle it on the top of each one, just a little bit. So I'll put them into the oven and I'll bake them, then I'll let them cool down and I'll come back and show you the results. The cookies baked for 20 minutes and they turned out rather well, I think. This is what they look like. And as you can see, nicely golden on the bottom. And so I'll have a taste. They're nice and crunchy on the outside and quite soft in the middle. They have that hint of lemon. I think even more lemon zest might have been good. You know, I can taste the lemon, but a little bit stronger might have been even nicer. But I think this is a very easy recipe and it turned out very well. So I hope you've enjoyed it. And if you have, please give me the thumbs up below the video and click to subscribe to my YouTube channel. In the top right hand corner of the screen there will be an eye that you can click on, which will take you to this recipe, and I'll put a link below the video as well. And I'll be back with another recipe in the very near future. So until then, happy baking.